Hi and welcome to Morten's channel. Today I am unboxing or anyway removing the shrink wrap from my brand new Pixies album. An album that was a little bit of a long way coming. This video is of course, I don't know, is it 5 or 6 weeks ago since the actual album came out. However, none of my record stores here in Oslo could obtain it. Well, they did have a few copies of the black vinyl, and I know Big Dipper had ordered more copies of the colored vinyl, but it didn't arrive. And the one store in Oslo where you can buy new CDs, they didn't have the CD either. Turns out the record company, the BMG, was in the middle of changing distributors, so that was the excuse that I was given anyway. So when was this? Yeah, just a few days ago, I was in my record store to ask. Actually, I was going there to ask them what they were doing for Record Store Day, and when I saw in the corner of my eye something looking like, well, isn't that the new Pixies album? And it was. It had arrived earlier that day, so when I checked my email, there was actually an email from them saying that I could come and pick up my record, but I was already there, so I picked it up. So this is how the record looks. Kind of a odd cover in a way. Pixies, of course, have a lot of odd covers, but we haven't seen one with a die cut showing the record inside before. Sort of makes me think of one of these special remix 12 inches you got back in the day, maybe from someone like Depeche Mode. So, brand new album from the Pixies. Funny thing is, I ended up getting this after the brand new and very first solo album from Kim Deal. Kim's solo album I really, really like. I think it's pretty amazing. If I were to make a top whatever new albums of the year video, maybe I will, it would definitely feature high, but it's kind of difficult when you've had a record not even a week to ascertain where it belongs in the top, let's say 20 or 10 records of the year list, if you're gonna make one of those. So, but because of this distribution thing, I like I said, I ended up getting the Pixies after her record, and as of recording of this, having opened this, I haven't heard it yet, so I'll have to listen to it immediately after this video. The only other thing that I am aware of as far as the Pixies, they have a new bass player since their previous album, and I really haven't heard much about this yet. I've sort of avoided a little bit. I noticed, I think it was it Uncut Magazine, who gave a much more favorable critique of Kim Deal's album than this one, so we'll see. So, brand new album, limited edition crystal and red smoky vinyl, featuring You're So Impatient, Motorola and Oyster Beds. So, The Night the Zombies Came. So there's the record without the shrink wrap. Pretty cool artwork, I must say. So they're currently, of course, Black Francis, Joey Santiago, David Lovering, and Emma Richardson. And you got Tom Delgetti on Farfisa, organ, and Moog. There we see. And here's your inner. Let's have a look at the vinyl, which I waited so long for. Here we go. And yeah, it is indeed smoky. There's side two. Yeah, it's been quite a lot of Pixies related listening, I suppose, this year. Was it late last year? I won MGK Boston's competition, and I spent my prize for that buying Pixies live at the BBC, which had just come out, and then earlier in the springtime, I got the box set of Black Francis or Frank Black's solo albums after what time period? Yeah, so I've been listening to that quite a bit. So I probably, I would say I've been listening to Frank Black Francis solo stuff more this year than Pixies. Pretty much because I wanted to get into that box set, so I've been listening to that quite a lot. But also, I do go back and listen to his first two solo albums quite often as well, because they're really good. So what am I thinking? Am I excited when there's a new Pixies album coming out? Yes. Always nice to get new music from the Pixies and Frank and all that. But I mean, I guess I would say that I think that the records after the reunion, although they are good, and I mean, the quality of music compared to a lot of other things going on in the world is good, and I do enjoy them, but I don't feel the same excitement listening to them. And although is it the second one that I've sort of worked on and started to get more familiar with, and I enjoy that a lot. So very interested to see what they're up to on this album. If there's been any course changes or anything like that, or return to any former forms of Pixies sound and music, we'll see. Anyway. And I'm back. It's been a couple of days now, and I have listened to this new Pixies album quite a few times. And I thought I'd, say a word or two about what I thought. As much happened with the Pixies since last we heard from them. Well, I know they've been touring a lot, and I know that early this year, the bass player that I've had now for a few years whose name I cannot remember whenever I'm gonna say it. It's not like I've been keeping up with whoever's been playing bass with the Pixies since Kim Deal left. But I know she was replaced earlier this year, and I didn't get the feel. You got your usual to pursue her own musical projects, which apparently wasn't the case. She said she was as surprised as everyone else that she suddenly wasn't a part of the band anymore. And she's been replaced by someone called Emma Richardson, and that seems to work fine. And I don't know if that has had any impact on the music, because we know who is the majority shareholder of the band. But as far as backing vocals go, you have that female element that we remember all the way back from the early days, and it's very much still there, and maybe even a little bit of a step up. I don't know. I mean, I've been trying to listen to the Pixies post-reunion albums very much with a fresh mind, and loving the band, and of course having those memories from the 80s and the 90s. But I mean, it's been a bit of an uphill strife or battle, and I've tried to be positive and not be too negative, but I have earlier, when I've been listening to well, actually, what I mean earlier, when I made a video with Frank or Black Francis solo album box set, for example, I said that I have probably been enjoying his solo work. Not all of them, because some of them are not as immediate as you might want, and I'm not saying that artists should be, and their music should be immediate and shouldn't be challenging, and should just be playing to the crowds, literally. But I just feel that the post reunion records have been, it's fine, super musicianship, and the sound and production mostly seems to be very correct for the band and everything. But it also seems like a little bit of listen, guys. I want to challenge you, or I don't want to necessarily give you guys what you want. There's this strange feeling I have sometimes when I listen to like Head Carrier and Cindy and so on. And I thought the last album was, I listened to that more maybe for a while, but then I went back to, for example, Head Carrier, and I thought, well, yeah, it's but then there's a lot of meandering going on, and there's a drone, and you don't hear any. Where are the hooks and where is the melodies? And I read some reviews about this new album, and I think some of them are so. A couple of them, like The Guardian, is so flat out, I don't know, negative, that I wonder if, did you really sit down and listen to this? Because I feel that you are phoning in. I thought a couple of the reviews that I read were a bit like they were phoning it in because they've been disappointed 3 times in a row now. I like this, I must say. Where has this Pixies been for the past now? What is it? How long have they been re-releasing records now? I don't remember. But where is that Pixies? Because this sounds much better to me. And there are songs where I listen to the lyrics, which is something I've been struggling with on the previous three albums, and I feel there's an energy here that I haven't noticed in a while. Maybe that's my fault, but yeah, I really do like this, and um, the first track might be a slow burner, but then you got a couple of more, and I don't know, maybe this is not the first Pixies albums, but I feel that we're in the last Pixies album before the breakup and his early solo career. The first two albums of his solo career were amazing, and I listened to them a lot. I'm not saying it's on quite that quality, and we don't have the Latino insertions from Trompe le Monde, wasn't it? But there's this element of danger and death and weird goings on, which has always been there in his lyrics, and the zombies here. This isn't a concept album, by the way, but yeah, no, I would dare to say that this is well, I'm not. I will say this is my fifth favorite Pixies studio album, and I'm not counting the first EP there, because then it would be sixth. But considering the last years we've had and the albums we had previously, and I've talked to others in the vinyl community about that, and some of them don't want to touch these post-reunion albums with a 10-foot pole. I don't agree with that. I listen to them, and again, but there's this element, like I said, there's this element of it being a chore, and I don't get that feeling with this new album. I hope it does as well as it should, because, like I said, it looked like a lot of people. This came out in October, so I think it's 5 or 6 weeks old now. And it took 5 weeks until I got it, because here in Norway, and I talked to some other people elsewhere here in Europe, they didn't get the record. It was released, and a handful of black vinyls showed up. Everyone with a pre-order for the colored vinyl didn't get anything for weeks and weeks. Even CDs didn't show up. Because I noticed on the European charts that this charted considerably lower than the previous album, and I see no reason for that. Yeah, no. Anyway, guys, unless of course my video gets a strike. I did include a couple of songs that I thought are strong contenders for the best songs I've heard from Pixies in a long time, and the first track, Primrose, I really like. Then you have the singles, You're So Impatient, Chicken, Motorola, and Oyster Beds. Sorry, they were all standout tracks, I think. Personally, there are a couple of. I've been playing this more or less. I haven't played a lot of other records. I've been playing this a lot for the last couple of days now, and there are a couple of tracks that doesn't do it for me. Or again, when you have that, slight tendency of meandering. But then when I sit and listen to it again, I feel that there's more melody here and more. It seems like more energy in Frank and everyone somehow. So I have a feeling that someone was in a good mood when this was recorded, and I think they came off a tour which rejuvenated them quite a bit. So with or without the new bass player. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, guys, if it was up to me, I would say you should at least give this a listen, and with a bit, try not to remember, try not to think too much about your listening experiences over the last couple of albums if you didn't like those. I like this, and I'm very pleasantly surprised, and not as thrilled as I was with Kim Deal's brand new very first solo album, which I listened to got a few days before I got this, actually. But then again, that was very unexpected. I did not know that was happening. I was expecting a new Pixies album, and I've been waiting for it. And then I waited another 5 weeks. So there you go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please click like. That helps my channel. Please leave a comment, and be kind. If you think current Pixies is not worth your time, well, then I'm sorry. Yeah, and if you want to subscribe, that makes me happy. See you in another video.